What is up, Treehouse faithful? Welcome back to the channel. In a previous video, we took a look at our favorite hops, and in this video, we're going to share our least favorite. For me, it's the worst possible thing that you can have in a beer. All right, guys, so right into it here. We're hanging out on the production floor. If you're new here to the channel, we've actually shown you some recent cellar upgrades that we've had, and we've taken you through this entire cellar that we work on here at Treehouse. I will link those videos down below, and if you like this content, you want to support future content, subscribing to the channel is very, very helpful to us. So we appreciate you guys hitting that subscribe button. All right, got that out of the way. Now let's talk about our least favorite hops. One thing that I want to say at the jump is that just because we don't like these hops doesn't mean you can't like these hops, and doesn't mean that other breweries have not found success with them, and doesn't mean that there aren't great examples of these hops on the market. These are just the three that I've chosen as my least favorite. One more thing that I want to mention about these chosen hops is that I'm identifying them as our least favorite as aroma varieties. You may find that as a bittering variety or in combination that they work for you, but I just want to mention that at the jump. So let's dive right into it. First least favorite hop is Summit. Summit is a hop that for me accentuates all of the things that can go wrong with a hop variety. Primarily, it exhibits very, very pungently and very aggressively the onion and garlic aspect of a hop variety. I've heard that Summit can be very tangerine and citrus forward. I've tried early pick, mid pick, and late pick Summit, and I've never had that experience with this hop. I've only ever experienced a very pungent alliaceous character about it. So for me, that's the worst attribute that you can have in a hoppy beer. So I've not found success with this hop. I've tried brewing with it in the past on a small scale, and in the finished beer, it exhibits those characteristics also. So even biotransformation can't overcome the negative attributes that I get from it. I've used it successfully as a bittering hop. It's very high alpha. It's also agronomically successful, meaning that it's very disease resistant, and it yields a high alpha acid per crop acre, which is very good for resource use and for the growers in the Pacific Northwest. So I would encourage you to try it as a bittering hop, but as aroma and late hop variety, I find it to be very challenging. The second least favorite aroma variety of hop at Treehouse is Apollo. You know, like Summit, Apollo exhibits many of those onion and garlic-like attributes. Yeah. For the record, smelling pellet hops in a glass like you would a beer is actually a very effective method to channel the aromatic qualities of the hop. So if you're ever analyzing hops at home, pour them into a glass. You don't necessarily need to rub them, and you can get a great assessment of what they smell like. Yeah, so again, I don't know the harvest window for these hops. They are bought on the open market, but what I'm getting in this glass is a very strong alliaceous character, full of onion and garlic. In brewing trials, we've had success using this hop as a bittering hop, but as a late hop variety, it exhibits, you know, really intense notes of pepper and licorice and onion and garlic. And for what we're trying to accomplish here at Treehouse, it just doesn't fit that ideal. All right, guys, last but certainly most least favorite hop variety to choose here is, what do you think it's gonna be? It is gonna be Sarach Ace. Sarach Ace is a very divisive hop. I know this for sure. The history of this hop, I believe it was developed by Sapporo for use in lager, utilized in small doses and utilized to its fullest extent. It can produce flavors of lemon and bright citrus. But for me, I'm highly sensitive to the dill-like attributes that this particular hop will impart in beer. And when we think about aroma varieties, more often than not, we're thinking about using them at 3 to 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds per barrel. And the more that you utilize this hop in a pale ale or IPA or double IPA, the more pungent that dill-like characteristic becomes. And for me, you know, I've tried Sarach Ace from sort of every region. And it's just, now that I'm here, we could actually potentially utilize this hop in a gin, the pickle gin, and it would probably be appropriate because it has a very strong dill characteristic. And once again, unless utilized judiciously and in the very correct manner, this is a hop that we've historically had a hard time with. So I've chosen it as one of my least favorite. All right, guys, so in conclusion, if you're fans of the channel, fans of Treehouse, you've probably heard me talk about how, in my opinion, many times making a great beer is simply making a beer that removes all negative attributes for that beer, which by nature makes it great. And these hops I've used time and time again, especially historically as we were starting out the brewery and as I was working hard at home to develop the ideal of what I wanted for Treehouse beer. And it just so happens that these hops don't work for us. They may work for you, I'm not sure, but that's up for you guys to decide. I'd be really curious to hear from you guys in the comments what you think are hops that just don't work for you. I know there's a lot of modern hops in the market that people don't find favor with. I've heard Cashmere and Sabro, Vic's Secret are hops that are mentioned in terms of how difficult they can be to brew with and the attributes that they produce, but we've actually had good luck with some of those hops. So hit us up in the comments, guys. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.